Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech and Auto Show. I'm your host Manav Sinha and it is so good to see all of you lovely people once again. In case you're new here, well, this is that one show which will satisfy your hunger for both technology as well as automobiles at one place, which basically means why should you be watching two shows when you can watch one? This one. So, just like every time, there's a lot of action that we have to get to. So let's kickstart the show by showing you a glimpse of what you can expect over the course of the next half an hour. This week we take a look at the Asus ROG Phone 3. Also tell you all you need to know about the all-new Kia Sonet. And of course, take a closer look at the Redmi Note 9. So yes, all of that action will be coming your way, but we're going to start off with something special that's happening in the Indian two-wheeler industry. You see, Hero MotoCorp is doing things differently now. The first result of that was in the X-Pulse series of motorcycles, which we saw earlier. Now, however, they've come out with a new 160cc motorcycle and I got to ride that. So here's how that went. So here's the thing about motorcycles made by Hero MotoCorp. You see, for the longest period of time, they've been focusing on motorcycles meant for the mass market, which means those motorcycles do a lot of things just good enough in order to be appealing to a lot of people. Now, no matter what you think about it, that formula works because Hero MotoCorp sells a lot of motorcycles. That's no secret. Now, however, they're trying a new approach. They're trying to make motorcycles that excel in one particular department, which helps them get an identity for that product. The result of that approach is this, the Hero Xtreme 160R. And right from the get-go, you can see that the Xtreme 160R looks unconventional. In a good way, of course. It looks sporty, compact and modern and has an edgy design to it. This is a motorcycle that will draw opinions, turn heads and have people talk about it over the way it looks. For me though, this design works because Hero MotoCorp has managed to come up with a motorcycle that will age very well. Which means that the Xtreme 160R will be a good looking machine even after years from now. If you look closer, we will see that all the lighting on the motorcycle is LED and the design of the lights itself, be it at the front or the back, is rather nice. It gives it an instantly recognizable look. The distinct look also comes from the fact that the Xtreme 160R has a single piece of bodywork that goes around the tank, into the tank shrouds and swoops back towards the seat. Add to that the slim profile, a small headlamp unit, a short stubby exhaust and a relatively smaller tail section, and the result is that you have a bike that looks sporty and proportionate. Oh, and speaking of the instrument cluster, it is a negative display unit that is really small the first time you look at it, but it does give you all the information you need with good visibility. There is also a side stand indicator and engine cutoff, which is a good feature. So yes, they've got the design part right. It's new, it's fresh. Do you know what's also new? All of this. This is an all-new 160cc engine and it's really good, not in a way you might think of. The reason for that is because on paper, the specs aren't really that exciting. The engine makes only 15 brake horsepower and 14 Newton meters of torque and gets a 5-speed transmission. So it's clearly not the most powerful motorcycle in the segment. What it is a very refined and smooth motorcycle to ride. As we said, this is an all-new engine by Hero MotoCorp and what a job have they done. The power delivery is linear and smooth and the bike sounds good too. There are almost no vibrations whatsoever, with only light vibrations that kick in on the foot pegs post 7,500 RPM, but that is something you won't mind. And the motorcycle can do 100 km per hour all day long, but the sweet spot actually lies in about 80 to 90 km per hour speeds. And frankly, that's more than enough than what you would need in everyday conditions. So by now you get the picture. Hero MotoCorp has put in a lot of effort in these individual departments, be it the design, be it the features or be it the engine. But what brings all of it together as a whole and makes this motorcycle take a leap forward both physically and metaphorically is the fact that this motorcycle is really light. And when a motorcycle is light, well, that makes everything a lot better. Weighing less than 140 kgs curb, the Xtreme 160R is one of the lightest motorcycles in its segment, and that changes the entire dynamic of the motorcycle. As the engine does not have so much weight to lug around, the motorcycle is quick to build acceleration through the stoplights or when you need to make that overtake, all while never feeling like it is being stressed. The chassis setup feels great and the motorcycle has great feedback coming into the rider. What adds to the riding experience is the fact that the wheels of the Xtreme 160R are really light too, which means you get quick changes in direction, adding to that sporty nature. And since it is so light, well, the brakes feel great too. They have good bite and are effective, but the lever feel of both the brake as well as the clutch is something that could have been better, as there's not a lot of feedback there and it feels heavy. And yes, if you're wondering, the Xtreme gets ABS, but it is a single channel unit. Lastly, the wide tires provide good grip and the suspension offers a very plush ride. I was really impressed with how the motorcycle coped up with bad roads, offered a planted ride at highway speeds, and even let you enjoy some corners. This is a really fun motorcycle to have and is right there as one of the best in the segment. And with that, it is time to sum up my experience of the Xtreme 160R, and to be honest, it's really not that difficult. This motorcycle is simply that good. It's got a lot of features. Yes, it's not perfect, it's priced competitively, but let's be honest, if you're looking for a motorcycle in this segment and you're spending this kind of money, you want to have a fun experience, and on that front, the Xtreme 160R scores full marks. So if you're looking for a new 160, well, we highly recommend that you check this one out.